Okay, episode 5, we've gone back to a previous save before we rushed on that position with the truck. If you're still watching and you take any interest in this, then I guess I don't really need to try to uh, win over your attentions by making it more interesting. Um, and one of the things about this mission is that I have found to play it well, you have to be very patient. And in that sense, it reminds me a lot of my understanding of real military operations. You know, long periods of boredom and just sort of watching and waiting and seeing what the enemy is doing and collecting information about them, interspersed with brief periods of incredibly intense, rapid action and terror. And this mission, I find, captures that pretty effectively. So, in honesty, I think I was playing a little out of. I was playing differently than I normally do in episode 4 there, and trying to get to that truck quickly. Too quickly, probably. But you have to balance, as I said, if you don't make sufficient progress, particularly right at the beginning, towards making contact with your friendly forces and take control of them, they're possibly just going to get decimated. Once you have control of them, you can usually, you can tell them to move off away from roads and communities and have them take cover and go prone and all of that. But until then, they seem to just stay where they spawn, and they may move around that area a bit, but it makes them more or less sitting ducks if patrols happen into the area. And the other thing about the mission is that every time something dies in the game, whether it's friendly or enemy, nearby enemy forces get a waypoint to come and check out that area. And not to mention the fact that there's just mobile patrols moving around the countryside. So I'm gonna take this the way I would actually play it. It may prove to be quite boring for many viewers, but if you find it boring, just don't watch. I'm gonna play this with the attempt to not die, and my comments may become less frequent. But anyway, I'll keep recording and keep posting videos. Looks like there's yet a fourth camp over in that direction that I hadn't noticed before. So that is the fire hearth that I passed by during episode 4. One of the things about this mission is because the enemy is quite mobile and dynamic, it frequently can pay off to just sort of sit in one spot and observe and see what's happening in the area. Try to identify. I know there's at least 2 or 3 squads in the area, and so if I can get a bead on one of them and move behind him, that may make me safer than if I just sort of randomly forge off in any given direction. Okay, there is actually a crewman manning that howitzer. Um, that gives me additional options. I could pick him off, then hide in a house and wait as the enemy passes by to pick them off one by one. There's a soldier way over there. It's a bit unrealistic, of course, because I'm playing against the AI. They tend to do stupid things. They'll just keep coming at you, even if you're in a well-fortified position inside of a house. And they don't make use of things like heavy weaponry to just blow up the whole house that much. But that is one option, that I adopt a defensive position and just provoke them into attacking me. The one constraint there is I am limited in my ammo. I only have 3 clips of 5.56 and 2 clips of M9 ammo, so... And of course the other constraint is that the longer I delay in making contact with my friendly forces, the more chance that they get decimated. As you can see, things are playing out a bit differently here in Episode 5 than they did in Episode 4. By this point in Episode 4, I was getting random messages that my friendlies were taking casualties. Um, just another sort of pro to the provoking the enemy in this area is many of them will converge, and even mounted patrols that are far away on the map can be given a waypoint once engagements start to happen and casualties occur in an area. So by provoking in this area, I could well act as a decoy to save my friendlies, even though they're way on the far side of the map. Normally, I would just be very stealthy and sneak up behind that guy, but there are a lot of squads here, and I know that one of them has night vision goggles, so their ability to spot me is quite a bit better than the typical AI soldier. Keep getting distracted by the helicopter rotor. Fucking bird scared the shit out of me. Okay, this may be a turning point right here. There's enemies down there. They appear to be approaching me. If I engage them, if there's not too many of them, I might be able to make a rush for the house down there and then lay in waiting and pick off many of them by just hiding inside of a house and shooting them as they pass by the door. We'll see how this plays out. I wish I spoke Russian. Still hear their footsteps, so they're probably just over that hill. I'm afraid it's the squad that has night vision. There they are. So at this point I'm just hoping they don't spot me, and they proceed off in that direction. If they do, then I think I'm fairly safe to just crawl up this hill and kill the machine gunner, shoot him from behind, and take the truck. And most likely what I'll do is just hop in and drive off at top speed. But this little series of events here in episode 5 is another thing that I like about the mission. Playing stealthy and skulking about is a big part of the mission, particularly at the very beginning. I'm always tempted to engage when there's situations like this where I can surprise them. But if you don't have a nice line of fire to enfilade, a significant chunk of the squad, and it really needs to be pretty ideal to do it and have a chance of winning. And it didn't really seem that way just then, so probably best that I didn't engage. Alright, they hopefully have moved off. I think I'll crawl a bit and then maybe get up on all fours, or on crouch. My truck should be up here to the northeast, and there's either a machine gunner or a howitzer crewman, so I'm going to have to deal with him. Luckily, I do have the silenced M9 pistol, so pistols in this game, so it seems so underpowered. It's like you have to pop 6 or 7 pistol bullets into this target's head to kill it, but anyway, it'll work, I'm sure.
Движение в направлении.
Oh my god, they're right on top of me. Shit. That was close. Sounded like that guy was talking into my ear. If any of you viewers know what he just said in Russian, then I would appreciate knowing. Divzhini something. Oh my god, there's another fucking squad down there. Yeah, so this captures, a dynamic that is pretty uh, typical of this mission. You find yourself in situations where you're compelled to literally just crawl straight into the mass of enemies. If these guys don't have uh, night vision goggles, and or if they don't, the random search scripts don't compel them to walk right over me, I might survive. But if they have night vision and they walk right on top of me, I'm a goner. And it does look like they're moving this way. Don't have any grenades or anything like that, so probably best. Oh, they have night vision. Oh my god. Just pure luck if they don't spot me. Just gonna stay motionless and hope. There's like there must be 3 squads. Tostros, that's not a good word. I think that might mean something like open fire. Yeah, I think he spotted me.
Растерял.
I'm a goner. Nope, they're moving away. Seems a bit unbelievable that a squad of that many men would just walk right over the top of an enemy soldier and not see him, but it is nighttime, and, you know, you never know, it's possible. If I manage to get out of this alive, it'll be epic. Because those guys actually have night vision goggles. Think they might have walked away. any of you ever played the old game System Shock 2, I believe it was, this mission sort of reminds me of that game. If you played that game, you'll remember that it was really very effective at evoking fear and anxiety and tension. And this mission does that pretty effectively. Like I'm sitting here in my lazy boy with my lapboard playing, and my legs are tensed up like I'm you know trying not to be seen. I know there are lots of missions in Arma that are focused on stealth, and so I don't imagine that this mission is unique in that respect. But the unique thing about this mission is that you have to be stealthy at different times. You know, there's a time to be stealthy, there's a time to be blatant so that you attract the enemy's attention, there's a time to sort of withdraw and organize your forces. There's a time to attack. It really kind of captures more of the strategic level demands of making decisions about what to do next. And also the trade-offs involved. You know, like I'm trying to make contact with my friendly forces so they don't all get massacred. So I'm having to take a very big risk here, crawling right through massive enemy squads. This episode's getting a little long, so I probably should pause and do another one.